Hey, cheers. This is kind of a big moment because I am having my very first adult beverage, I moved the hair, on our new patio. And I wanted to welcome you because you'll probably see some My Maine Gardens videos from this patio over the course of the season. Now that things are starting to warm up, it's still chilly, as you can tell by my outfit. It's early March. You can also see there's no snow, and I can hear kids in the neighborhood behind me shooting hoops, which is a sure sign of spring. What I want to talk to you about is whether or not you should DIY your patio project, because that's what we did. And I'm going to share with you what I learned from that experience and why I never want to do it again. Seriously. Let me take a little walkabout so you can see the patio. Keeping in mind, we're not quite finished with some of the finishing touches, but the main part of it is done. Okay, so let's do that. All right, let me give you a little walkabout. You can see we put some drainage in here. We moved the drainage. We put in raised beds. They worked great. I did get those planted last year. We did that first. You see we've got some more drainage here. And you can see the extension cords for my Christmas tree lights I haven't taken down yet. Yeah, don't judge me. All right, oh, there's my shadow. But there you can see the patio. Isn't it pretty? It goes all the way over here. I'm probably gonna put in some ground cover there. On the house, I'm probably gonna plant some ground cover. We've got an awning ordered, and we're gonna have some furniture out here under the awning, which would be lovely. And then we're gonna cover that pipe. We left this stones because the pipe's under there, and if we ever need to get to the pipe, it will be easier than ripping up the patio, right? You gotta think about these things. But there it is. It goes that way. And then in this area, we just set up our solo stove, which we cannot wait to fire up, and some nice Adirondacks, and then a little solo stove accessory case. And then the patio extends back here. And we're going to be cleaning this up with some more plants, cleaning that up, and working on that. But there you go. Pretty big project. Let's talk. So you can see this is a large patio project. David, husband, and I decided to undertake this project last year on our own. And there's several reasons we made that choice. And this may be the same choice you want to make, but I'm also going to tell you the reasons why I don't think you should do that. Okay? So we decided to do this on our own. Number one, to save money. I mean, let's be real. By doing this project on our own, we didn't have to pay somebody else. We didn't have to pay labor. We only had to pay for materials. And as a result, I don't know exactly how much we saved, but I'm sure it's pretty substantial. So that was one of the reasons we chose to do this on our own. The other reason is because we're kind of crazy cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs DIY people. And when we bought our home together, we've been married, did you get this right, 8 years in June. Love you, honey. And we bought this house 7 years ago. It was a brand new build. So there was no landscaping, nothing except for the woods behind me. No trees, no grass, no gardens, no beds, nada. We've put everything in, and we love doing it. We find so much satisfaction in just blood, and sweat, and tears, and really working hard and then seeing the results. So that's the other reason we just said, my hand's getting cold, put it in my pocket. We decided to undertake the patio project on our own. And I think the third reason is because David has experience in building and in doing this, and he's really good at it. And he wanted to do it the way he wanted to do it, be sure it was done the way he wanted it done. And so we did it on our own. It's a lot. You know, what you see on the surface of this patio doesn't begin to account for or represent everything that's underneath it. In order to lay a patio properly so you have it forever and ever and ever, and you don't have unevenness down the road or cracking down the road, you have to really know what you're doing underneath the surface. So there are layers of pipe and sand and stone and more sand, and it's nuts. But it turned out beautiful. So reasons not to DIY your own patio project, especially a large one like this. And number one, it will take longer than you think. We started this project in May, and we didn't finish it till just before the snow flew here in Maine. So we really didn't get to sit out here at all last year. That's why I'm so excited, cheers, to be sitting out here now, even though I'm freezing. It just took a long time, and we gave up weekends and vacations, and I mean, we were happy to do it, but it just took longer than we thought. You know, we'd have a weekend when we planned to work on the patio, it would rain, or we'd be like, you know what, I'm not feeling it, let's go to the coast, or we had other things to do. We both work full time, so it's not like we could work on the patio constantly. So it took us many, many, many months. So if you want your patio done, it's March, and you want it done this year, your best bet is to call somebody who knows what they're doing. Line them up today. Line them up today to get your project started ASAP. The second thing that you need to consider if you're thinking about a DIY project is where are you going to put stuff? All right. When I say stuff, I'm talking about all the sod you have to remove. So underneath this patio, we had to take all the grass out. And it wasn't just the top layer. I mean, we went deep. You have to go deep because you got to put all that stuff under it. Where are you going to put it? We had a plan, and we put it into the woods behind me and made some really cool trails, but that was a lot of work. The other thing is, where are you going to put the materials that need to be used in your patio? Thank you, neighbors. Sorry, but we had a load of stone delivered, and it sat in our driveway for a really, really long time because we didn't get around to it as quickly as we had planned. Again, things take longer than you plan. So where are you going to put those materials that you're going to need? And you'll need a lot of materials. So those are things you need to ask yourself. The other thing you need to ask yourself is, do you know what you're doing? I mean, really, do you really know what you're doing? This really is a professional job. And I have to say, we've had professionals come over who have looked at it and they want to hire David now. So I got to give him big kudos because he did a fantastic job. But if you've never done something like this, hire the pros. They know what they're doing, and get it done right. You know, talk to people, get references, check reviews, blah, blah, blah. The other thing you need to think about is the equipment you're going to need. You probably don't have the equipment you need on hand. We were able to get the equipment, and I'm talking about like, David can describe it better, but he was out here like boom, 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 like putting things down, shaking things, getting things in. It was a lot. So we did purchase that equipment. But so you're going to either have to do that or find someone who has it. That's why it might be better just to hire somebody who's got all of the equipment, because they do this all the time. The other thing you need to consider is, honestly, your physical capacity. We were out here, mostly David was out here sweating a lot. Really hot days out here, moving sod, cutting sod, moving it, and then moving stone in wheelbarrow. It was a lot of heavy lifting, and then just laying the patio down was a lot of heavy lifting. So there's just a lot to think about, and we're so glad we did it, and it does give us a great deal of pride to know that, like, we did this ourselves. But I would definitely ask you to consider all of those things I just talked about if you're thinking about doing a large patio project on your own. Something small, hey, no big what. but something this extensive, yeah, you might want to bring in the experts. So with that, thank you for hanging out on our patio that we made. I hope you found that helpful. If you did, let me know, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel so we can hang out on the back patio more soon when it's a little warmer. Let's hope. All right, talk to you later.